I felt like with my dad, no matter what I did good, that never came out of his mouth. There was never a good job, none of that. And so I kind of got tired of that. One of the things I saw with the group of friends my brother was hanging out with was there was plenty of opportunity to prove yourself. You know, it began with what felt small. Just smoking weed, drinking beer, breaking into cars, taking loose change, finding purses, whatever you could find, you know, and over the years it became, breaking into houses, breaking into businesses, you know, it's like it was never enough. And so finally, it all ends up catching up with me, and I got locked up. So in jail, I made a friend who was actually bunking right next to me, and every day I would see him reading his Bible, and it really caught my eye. But there was something more to it because I kept feeling it calling out to me. After enough of the Holy Spirit nudging me, I ended up reaching over and picking up that Bible and began to read. And I remember just reading through it, and it started changing me. It started answering a lot of the questions that I've had my whole life that I never heard anyone give answers to. I never heard anyone give this perspective on life before. Maybe about like 3 months of this goes by, and I really started to build this foundation in my heart of God's peace, and really kind of becoming stronger than I had ever become before on the inside. And one of the sergeants in the building came and asked for me, and took me out into a private room. When they were ready, let me know that my brother had passed away. Thankfully, the time that I spent with God through those months previous had built up just enough in me to really be able to look at that situation with hope. I was able to look at what had just happened, but it didn't break me. And so I really felt like when I got out a couple months after that everything was gonna go smoothly. And it kind of went crumbling down pretty quickly after that. So I got out of jail, and I went right back to my old friends, and years passed by with me not taking God serious. I started selling drugs again, and it got to the point where I didn't even care anymore. There was a guy who kept coming that I met through another friend, week after week. When eventually one day, it turned out he wasn't undercover, and I know this because I got caught. I got into his car to make a sale like any other time, and all of a sudden, on the passenger mirror, I noticed a van like immediately stop behind us, blocking our path. The side door slides open, and I just see a bunch of people jump out with assault rifles in regular clothes, and I'm just like, I was scared. I was thinking I was about to die. Thinking I was getting robbed, and with danger. After a moment, I noticed their badges swinging from their necks, and So I was like, all right, well, it's just the cops. So as long as I don't move, I should be fine. And so they grabbed me, they threw me on the ground, and all I could think while I was down there was, like, here I go again. You know, like, I'm about to do 2 years in jail. Like, I already knew my situation. I already, I've been given every warning possible. I've just been given every opportunity to turn it around, to change, and so, but there I was again, and they took me in. Everything was going wrong. I remember I couldn't get a letter out. I couldn't make a phone call. I couldn't even buy anything with the money that I did have. It was like every little thing that could go wrong was going wrong. And so it's just all this frustration, all this feeling of, I have absolutely no control over anything right now. And it's just like, but all of a sudden, as I was in that cell by myself, I felt God come over me, and just felt Him say, are you ready this time? And I knew exactly what He meant, and it's just like I had to put both feet in, and that was like the beginning of my true life, as He started to show me who I actually am in Him, and what I look like in a spiritual manner. And so in this season, I'm starting to build these relationships with all these people. When I'm first meeting them, they're not like the people I used to hang out with, so they were coming off a little corny. I felt like they were being fake, and actually it was me who was being fake. I was the one who was coming to them still worried about my image, out of habit. And it took a little bit, but as the shell started to break and I was able to actually dive into these relationships with a lot of the friends that I've made in that season, I actually was able to not just learn how to be real with God, but He was showing me how to be real with other people. Before I encountered God, when I would look at a problem, I didn't see it then, but I see it now, that my capacity to solve that problem is limited. But when you have a problem and you take it to God, and He provides the answer for you, it's an answer you can trust. It's an answer that comes from the one who knows everything.